Look, we all want a successful career, right? Something that's stable, something that's meaningful. But what if the way we're going about it is, well, completely backward? Today, we're going to dig into a really simple framework that challenges that common path to success and could honestly reshape your entire approach to growth.
So let's start with a question I bet we've all asked ourselves. You know the type, right? Someone who's just brilliant, super ambitious, has all the talent in the world, and yet their career just fizzles out. Or even worse, it goes down in flames. What's going on there? Well, it turns out, and this is key, talent alone just isn't enough.
And to really get why, let's dive into a bit of a cautionary tale. This one really paints the picture. So let's meet our guy, Richard. He's exactly the kind of person you'd want on your team. He's smart, he's driven, he's just bursting with potential. The thing is, he's not lazy or untalented, far from it. And that's what makes his story so important. So one day, this incredible opportunity just lands in his lap, a high-paying CEO job. It's the ultimate reward, right? The title, the money, the whole shebang. Naturally, he jumps at it. I mean, who wouldn't? It really looks like he's hit the career jackpot. But, and this is the big but, here's where it all went wrong. See, he was so laser focused on the prize, the big reward, that he completely skipped the journey. He didn't have that foundational experience, the deep down skills you actually need to be a successful CEO. Basically, he tried to take a shortcut right to the top. And the result, well, it was pretty much predictable. The pressure started to build, all those cracks in his foundation started to show, and boom, his whole career just collapsed. He winds up unemployed, and it's this really stark reminder that chasing the shiny objects without building any real substance, well, it's a recipe for disaster. Okay, so Richard's story shows us exactly what not to do. So what's the solution then? How do we make sure we don't end up like him? Well, this brings us to a really powerful mental model called the Law of the Five Buckets. Now, pay attention to these two words, sustainable and order. They're everything. What this law basically says is that real, lasting success isn't just some random thing that happens to you. Nope. It's built step by step by filling up 5 key areas of your life. And here's the crucial part, in a very specific sequence. All right, so you're probably wondering, what are these 5 buckets? And more importantly, what's this magic order? Let's break it down right now.
Okay, here they are. It all starts with the foundation, bucket number 1, knowledge. This is simply what you know. Then when you take that knowledge and you actually apply it, it turns into bucket number 2, your skills. This is what you can do. Now, your skills are what make you valuable, and that value allows you to build a real, genuine network of people. That's bucket 3. From there, that network connects you to resources, things like money, tools, opportunities. That's bucket 4. And finally, when you use all of that effectively, you build bucket 5, your reputation. This is what the world thinks of you. You see that flow? Each bucket literally fills up and then pours into the next one. You can't skip a step.
Right about now, you might be thinking, okay, I get the buckets, but does the order really matter that much? And the answer is a resounding yes. It matters completely. And understanding why is the real key to this whole thing. So let's look at the 2 paths side by side. It makes it super clear. On one side, you've got Richard's way, chasing resources and reputation first. Going straight for the big salary, the fancy title. But because the foundation wasn't there, it was all built on sand. It was bound to collapse. Then you have the sustainable path. This one starts with knowledge and skills, building a strong, solid foundation that's actually built to last through anything. I mean, think about someone like Elon Musk for a second. His wild ambitions, building electric cars, going to Mars, they would have sounded absolutely crazy if he hadn't spent years filling those first few buckets. He obsessed over gaining deep knowledge in physics and engineering, then he applied it, building actual skills in business with companies like PayPal. It was only after that foundation was rock solid and proven that his network, his resources, and eventually his reputation grew big enough to support those massive goals. It all boils down to a really simple piece of wisdom. It's just common sense, right? You can't offer skills you don't have, or contribute to a network, or build a reputation on nothing. Your buckets of knowledge and ability have to be full first. You've got to pour into yourself before you can pour out into the world. Okay, so this is all great in theory, but the real question is, how do we actually put this into practice? How do you start, today, building your foundation the right way? Let's take a really practical example, launching a new business. The wrong way to do it, Richard's way, is to immediately start asking for money, chasing that resource bucket. The right way, the sustainable way, is to follow the order. First, you build your knowledge. You become an expert in your industry. You learn everything. Then you hone your skills. You get really good at what you do. That value you create naturally attracts a network of people who want to work with you. And that network is what connects you to the resources, like investors or partners. And if you do all of that well, you build a trusted reputation. See? It's a natural, sustainable climb.
And if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. In your career, you are going to face professional earthquakes. It's not if, it's when. Companies go under. Reputations can take a hit. Resources can dry up overnight. And when all that shaking stops, the only things that will be left standing, the only assets that nobody can ever take away from you, are what you know and what you can do. Those first two buckets, knowledge and skills, they are your bedrock.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one simple but really powerful question to think about. Take a hard look at your own career, your own ambitions right now. Which one of your buckets truly needs filling first? And be really honest with yourself. Because getting that order right, well, that could be the single most important thing you ever do for your long-term success.